Hello and welcome to day 20 of the 21 Reiki challenge. We will start with Gasho breathing, with the self-treatments, and after that we will use our last session for distance healing, for sending energy to someone dear to us. I will explain a little bit later everything. Let's start with the breathing. Hands in prayer position, thumb touching that heart chakra, back is straight. Your feet are parallel to the ground. Eyes closed. With each inhale, we'll bring universal energy through our crown chakra and through our fingers within the body. And when we exhale, we will release tension, stress, negative energy through our energy fields. And the tongue can be placed on the roof of your mouth. So let's begin. Activate our palms. Chokure, 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 chokure. Seheki, 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 seheki. Crown chakra is first, as usual. Just relax and allow the energy to flow. Let's move on gradually to the third eye chakra. Intuition, thirst for knowledge, perception of yourself, of the connection between you and the rest of the world. Power to visualize. Let's move to the throat chakra. Center for expression, communication. Communication in every way, not only speech, gestures, writing, art. Creative elements, creative action. When you're ready, you can move to the heart chakra. You can keep both hands on the front and one at the back and one on the front. I was mentioning that in the the second part of this video, we will do together a Reiki distance healing session for someone dear to us. So it's no coincidence that I stopped here at the heart area. Whoever is someone dear to your heart, can be a parent, can be a sibling, can be a friend, can be an acquaintance. Ideally, those that you wish to send energy to desire to receive this, meaning that if they're not really into this kind of practice of Reiki or any holistic approach and they don't agree with these practices, it's better to ask for their consent before sending them universal energy. If you know that there's no problem and you know that they will accept, and even more, they will even ask you to do that sometimes, then you don't need to call them every time and ask for their consent. But generally speaking, it's good to know clearly that they at least would be happy to receive. We will just do it towards one person, not towards many. Let's move on to the solar plexus. The reason is that I prefer to, let's say, quote to quote, focus that energy in one direction rather than multiple, and for each one to receive just a small amount. Prefer to have one person that receives like 10-12 minutes of universal energy than have multiple people that receive bits, because the energy distributes itself to those people that you are sending at the same time, and the more time you spend or the less time you spend, according to how much time you spend, that much time will be sent and distributed kind of evenly towards those people. So I suggest we use one person per session, and you can use this template for anybody that's dear to you that wishes to receive universal energy. Anybody. But this time we will do it for those who are with us, among us, not the ones that passed. We did that session. That's for those that passed. This one is for those that are dear to us and are currently in our life. Maybe they need support. Maybe they need just a well-being. Maybe they need health and abundance. You can send energy with a purpose, with a specific purpose in mind, or for something you know that they need. Maybe they need more abundance, maybe they need more health, maybe they need more love. Or you can send generally for their general well-being, and may that energy go wherever it's best for them, in which area is best suited for them and for their current needs in life. So you can use one of the two aspects. We are not manipulating energy, we are guiding energy. It's a very big difference, isn't it? Let's move on to the sacral chakra, below the navel. I was just thinking now that maybe some of you would choose to send energy to ex-partners because they're still dear to you. Well, you should have their consent. It depends for what you are sending. Just for general well-being, that's okay. You know that they will receive it, that they don't have a problem with Reiki or with holistic practices. You don't need to ask them. I would choose someone that is currently engaged in your life. That's the thing. When you're sending universal energy distance healing for relationships, here's the trick, the thing. If you're sending for your own relationship, and I'm talking about an active relationship, not a breakup, you broke up and you're sending for you to rekindle things and be together. No, I'm talking about an active relationship. You are sending for the concept of the relationship. You are sending energy to the concept itself, not to the people involved, namely you and your partner. You are sending for the whole sphere. Let's imagine it like a sphere of light. You're sending it to that sphere energy for the greater good of both partners involved. And that's you and your partner. The same goes, let's move on to the root chakra. The same goes when you are asked, and you need to be asked, at least by one of the partners engaged in a relationship outside you, obviously. So someone else is asking you to heal their relationship or to enhance or to support their relationship, their love relationship. You need the consent at least of one of the partners, ideally both. You're sending to the concept of relationship, not to each partner. You're not sending energy to each individual. That's a different thing. When you send individually, it's for different things. It's like what we're doing today. It's for their own good, their own well-being, health, abundance, whatever it is. But when you send to the relationship between two people, you enhance that connection between them. You support that connection. And yeah, that connection can endure and can heal or maybe not. Because you are sending for the greater good of those involved in that relationship. That means that the greater good means something which is outside your own decision making and outside their own decision making. Sending otherwise for a relationship involves a little bit of manipulation. And that's a different aspect which we will not get into. Because that's karmic, that's an accumulation of karmic debts which need to be balanced, paid, quote to quote. And we get ourselves into other problems in that moment. So you need to add for the greater good of those involved. If they ask you, oh, I'm not so good with my partner and I want you to send distance healing for making us better. Yeah, you can send directly to that, but maybe that relationship is not meant to get better. Maybe the relationship needs to end. As sad as it may sound, maybe it's the better thing for both of them, especially if you add for their greater good on all levels, according to the divine will. That's the reality. Or maybe it will endure and it will be a super nice relationship, with healing and love and prosperity and everything. Let's thank ourselves, universal energy, divinity, guardian angel, Reiki spirit guides for this session. And let's move on to the second part of the video. Alright, so now we're in the second part of day 20, the 21 Reiki challenge. Let's activate our palms. Okay, if you used the Reiki symbols before, all of them, you don't need to use them again. I will use them because I didn't use the Honsha Shonen and Daikomyo. So that's Chokurei, 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 Chokurei. Seiheki, 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 Seiheki. Honsha Shonen, Honsha Shonen, Honsha Shonen, Honsha Shonen, Honsha Shonen, Honsha Shonen. Daikomyo, 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 Daikomyo. If you're attuned to Karuna or Holy Fire Reiki, you can add those symbols as well. Zonar, 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 Zonar. At least some of them. Halu, Halu, Halu. Heart, 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 Heart. Shanti, 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 Shanti. Alright, I would use this Chokurei and Seiheki for decent protection for the primary chakras because we're sending to someone else. And maybe they are in a state of healing and they need more. You will enter their energy fields and you might absorb some of their residual elements. I will explain a bit later. Chokurei, 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 Seiheki, 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 Chokurei, 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 Seiheki, 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 Chokurei, Chokurei, Seiheki, Seiheki, Seiheki. Seiheki, 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 Chokurei, 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 Seiheki, Seiheki. Seiheki, Seiheki. Alright, so we use this layer of protection just in case they maybe are in a stressful environment. Maybe they have their own problems. And when we send energy to someone, we do connect to them. And there is a chance that we transfer. I mean, there's not a chance. It's for sure that there's always a transfer, especially if someone is dear to you, of energy and information. And we want to have a decent layer of protection when we send them energy. That's all there is to it, basically. Now think of the person that you wish to send energy to, and we activate the gateway between you and that person. That's Chokurei, Chokurei, Chokurei. Seiheki, Seiheki, Seiheki. Honsha Shonen, Honsha Shonen, Honsha Shonen. Daikomyo, Daikomyo, Daikomyo. It's sufficient just to use Chokurei, Seiheki, and Honsha Shonen. I also add the rest of the symbols, so there is an more abundant flow of energy. Zonar, Zonar, Zonar. Halo, halo, halo. Heart, heart. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om from Karuna Master. And we send energy to that person. (10-15 minutes). You can do it each day. In this case, I'm sending for their well-being on all levels. I don't have a specific thing. I'm just sending so that this energy will go and guide them and support them in the best way, optimum way, the most healthy way for them and for their life, for the greater good, with divine will. And that's it. I just send energy with that intention. If you have a specific intention, maybe you should talk with that person beforehand. Maybe there's something specific they want to work on, and you should clarify that with them before engaging in such a session, because that's a more, let's say, to the point guided energy. This is a bit more general. And I allow this energy to go for the greater good on all levels. And if it's not needed for them, they don't want to receive it, or it's not needed for them, then may it go wherever it is needed the most. Well, usually people need energy, so I'm sure it will go to this person. I remember there was this question, like they need to be in a certain state or mood to receive this energy. They need to remain still or do something specific. No, not really. They can. You can tell them, hey, I'm going to send you universal energy for 10 minutes. Just, stay relaxed. Sure. They are in a more receiving mood, attitude, more receiving. They open themselves a little bit more when they are like this, but they don't really need to. Maybe they are engaged in something important and they cannot do that. So maybe they will not answer the phone. Maybe they're busy. Again, it's really not a problem. The energy will distribute when it's needed and where it's needed the most, when I put this intention that I mentioned before. Otherwise, if you can tell them to stay relaxed for 10 minutes, perfect. And it doesn't matter if you keep your fingers like this or like this. Usually they say like this is more beamed energy. Maybe it is. You can keep your hands here if you want. Here as you wish. I like to keep them like this. Doesn't really matter that much. It is energy transferred, let's say, from the level of the heart. Instinctively, if I do this, it's like from the crown chakra, maybe, or the third eye. Like this is from the solar plexus or the sacral chakra, from the inner self level. I always like to have it from the heart area. I don't know, it's more natural for me. It just feels, also the palms feel more natural to keep like this. Maybe it's not only about that idea with the heart chakra. When you send energy to someone, you also help them raise their vibration and healing process. You help them unblock the energy flow. You also help them remove mental obstacles, emotional imbalances, little by little. Although I mentioned that in the astral plane, the spiritual plane, 5 minutes, 10 minutes matter a lot more than in our physical dimension. those elements, those blockages or obstacles will dissolve gradually according to how it's better for that person. Of course, if I send 1 hour, there is quite a difference, obviously, than 10 minutes. Still, I think multiple 10-15 minute sessions are better in a way than 1 hour per day sessions, because they have time to realize what's happening. They have time to heal themselves. That's just my perspective on it. If you guys want to share another one, I'm listening. When you send energy for your future, the same process. Just you activate your palms, open the gateway, and send for your future. Depends for what you need. A specific thing or just well-being general, and distributing of the energy as it's needed the most and the best for you and for your life. It's really up to you. You can also send for other people's future goals or decisions or desires, and future taking decisions, why not? But you need to have their consent for that. I mean, it's a bit more particular thing. I think it's better to have a talk with them before. Hey, what do you need? Do they need to offer something in return? This is a discussion, large controversy. Well, yes and no. It depends. If they are really dear ones, maybe they don't need. If you're going to engage and do this like a part-time job, yeah, maybe you need to receive something as a symbolic token for your work. Even though you're a channel, you're still placing in the channeling, the actual channeling, and the time. So maybe something symbolic would do well if you're doing it constantly, like each day or multiple times per week. It's not mandatory. You can choose not to take anything, and nothing will happen. But when you practice attunements, when you do therapy on people, when you spend hours, even if it's not your only job, there should be an exchange. It's first of all, not only a physical exchange, but an energetic exchange that balances things out, because it's a service, not a service. It's you are in the service of others and you provide for them something. And it's your time and your channeling and your methods and your action that helps that. And that can be rewarded in some way or another. If it's their decision just to help you and they ask for nothing in return, that's fine. It's up to you really if you want to offer them or not. When you send distance healing to someone else or something else, you also enhance a little bit the flow of energy through your body, because you need to be channeling that so it flows through you, and also helps you cleanse. It also helps you activate chakras. It also stimulates the healing process. It's indirect, it's like a side effect, let's say, like a secondary effect of the process, but it does help you as well, a little bit, at least. So if you want to finish the process, you can use a cross or chokure or any symbol that you wish to. But chokure is the best Reiki symbol when it comes to Reiki for sealing the process, or the cross. And we thank the spirit guides, universal energy, divinity, and ourselves and guardian angels for their support and for offering us the possibility to have this session for today. And with that, I thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.